This is amazing. This is so beautiful. I'm so touched to be invited here to take part in New Frontiers.
I've loved my experience of New Frontiers and the way that the event itself has woven multiple ways of learning and of perceiving into, how we can imagine most effectively together.
Connecting Kiwis and Americans who are over here to make a much stronger community in each of those locations, as well as strengthening the connections that we have.
Putting forth radical ideas, and it's seeking ways to implement them. I cannot think of an experience in the last decade that I have been to in which I felt that I was a part of something as important as what is going on with New Frontiers.
Welcome you not only to Upper Hutt, but to this special part of paradise.
This event, this New Frontiers gathering, what we hope to do is collectivize and convene all of you amazing people and more amazing speakers over the next week.
The idea of using New Zealand as an incubator for some of the bigger world problems, I think we're fully on board. New Zealand's up for it, the government's up for it.
There's no escaping global climate changes. New Zealand's in it with the rest. So the isolation can help in the incubation, but it's not enough for us just to solve this problem for New Zealand. We have to solve this problem globally.
In order to solve some of the major challenges that we face in the world, that this systems thinking and holistic thinking in order to understand the source of the problem is a key element of it.
Step back and look at the big picture with these folks here, because it's really an exceptional group of people.
I'm completely blown away, to be honest. I mean, the discernment and the selection of the people has been such high quality.
Let's spend the money, let's experiment, let's attract like-minded people. Let's try to figure out some answers to these problems of sustainability and the robustness of systems.
We need to do surprising things and adapt the rules to suit the survival of the planet and ourselves, and so that there's more than just cockroaches that live here. That would be really, really good.
The incorporation of different elements of inspiration in the daily routine. So having yoga in the mornings before the conference, filling the conference program not only with great speakers, but also with great music, great artwork, and participatory storytelling.
I think the best part of the event is just many different perspectives on the same topics, and topics that aren't often talked about.
We all know that children are born scientists. They come out curious. They come out asking questions.
As the parent, we have a window of opportunity when our children are young to capitalize upon, when those neural connections that are making those deep grooves in their brain, to make sure that the connections are the ones that we want, and to think about what is the cost of all those misattuned moments for our children.
Permaculture is very observational. It's very grounded in the place you're in. It's very specific to that place. There are no rules. There's no toolbox you can have a drop-down menu on, I'm afraid.
The open source movement over the last 2 decades or so has transformed how we build software. A dramatic increase in productivity because of deep sharing and collaboration of resources. I think there's an immediate opportunity to apply the same sort of thinking to education.
We are growing up in a generation of kids who swipe right all the time. I call it a generation who know how to read technology but don't know how to write technology.
I think the root of education is teaching a child an ongoing system for them to fall more in love with themselves and their life.
I think that in the future, as entrepreneurs, we're going to become role models and real figureheads for a new movement, and we have to start thinking that way.
I believe that one of the things we can start to do is really reclaim the sovereignty and the sacred nature of the role of entrepreneurship.
Why is it that we don't rally every entrepreneur and advocate and inventor and investor to address consumption? Designing a food system designed to produce foods that nourish us and foods that make us thrive.
Be mindful, intelligent, intentional, try something. Be careful with it and learn fast and iterate.
I think it really comes down to encouragement and just a real understanding of the drivers that create female entrepreneurs and minority entrepreneurs, and try to emphasize the goodness of making that happen.
We are basically really interested in attracting entrepreneurs, capital, the skills that New Zealand needs to grow the economy. And the fundamental mission of my organisation in life is to get the best people that New Zealand needs to prosper.
Ideas and some products move at the speed of light. Today, it doesn't matter where you develop a good idea, it can dramatically change the world.
It's not just we like the environment. It's much, much deeper. It's about people's relationship to the land and to the sea and to each other.
For us, it's a lot about courage. Courage to do things quite differently, and really uniting these people who have very strong social capital to continue their journey.
Let's bring the best learnings out of the past, and let's bring the best insights out of the future, and then collectively create the new frontier that those two bring together.